morning everyone, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your What's Cracking reading. We're going to use the Light Seers Tarot this morning. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I'd say every now and again, quite frequently, somebody will send me a text message that really hits me very, very hard in a very beautiful way. I want to say I'm truly humbled by your thanks for the readings. And I sort of feel in a way it's really nice to get that, that feedback. But for me, it's truly amazing that I get to come into every one of your lives every day and bring you the messages that are coming in for you that help you on your journey. And I see that as something, not that I don't fully feel responsible for, and I'm trying to explain how it feels for me. It's so amazing that you validate the readings, and I think that's incredible that they get validated by you. But I want to say I'm truly more honoured by the fact that I get to come into your lives and give you the things that are going to help you on your way. I think that's the best way of saying it. So thank you for sending me those beautiful messages. To the person who sent me the message yesterday or overnight for me, because sometimes they truly just hit home so hard about how important it is for us to bring these messages to you. All right, after my little spiel without spilling tears, I want to say thank you for you all for subscribing to my channel and for supporting me. If you do want to know anything about me, readings, personal readings, life coaching, classes, whatever, you can check the box below, or you can whip over to the page at the Aussie Goddess and just like my page. I have everything pinned to the top of the page there, and failing that, you can always flick me an email. I'm all good with that. I'll be live on Super Chat today, so if you're around 12 o'clock Australian Eastern Daylight Time, and then I won't be Instagramming this week, but I will be on Facebook on Saturday at 10 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time for mini reads, free mini reads. All right. See where we're going with today's reading. Nice split spirit, clean split, it's always good. All right, so we have the Five of Cups coming through. Now the Five of Cups is a card that talks of looking back at the past with sadness, really not focusing on the future, but looking back at things that have gone with disappointment. It can be about being a bit stuck there too, so if this is you, maybe there's a little bit of information here that you need to sort of heed. But sometimes we can be pretty stuck on our sadness from the past, which means, of course, that we're bringing our vibration down. Now, I always say to people, visiting the past is good. Like, we all need to sort of flip back every now and again and have a look at a summer holiday or a lost love or whatever else. But you can't live there, because if you live there, you're bringing your vibration down, and that makes it much harder for you to be able to sort of move forward. So the Five of Cups is a little bit of disappointment, a little bit of pain and sadness, but just remember it is only temporary. All right, so we have the Seven of Cups. So maybe I'm hearing there are plenty more fish in the sea. So if you're disappointed about something in your past, you know that there's always something in your future for you. Sometimes this can talk about having lots of choices, lots of options. Sometimes you're confused about where to go and what to do next. And certainly if you've just come out of this energy, sometimes picking yourself up and moving yourself on might be a little bit challenging for you to get past any sort of hurt and pain of the past and start looking at the future as being full of options. Oh wow, okay, we have the Ten of Wands coming through, so we got pretty heavy sort of reading this morning. There seems to be some sort of cycle closing out here. And I know a lot of you have been waiting for some cycle to close out, but I guess what you have to remember is between the beginning of the cycle and the end of the cycle, there are a lot of lessons for you to learn. And this can mean that, if you haven't quite reached the 10, then you haven't quite learned all the things you needed to learn. And if you haven't learned all the things to learn, that's when your life appears to stop and slow down and just your wheels keep spinning, but you go nowhere. And often people say to me, I feel like I'm stuck. And I feel this is when you're getting to the end of a cycle, you're trying to sort of digest, all the lessons that you've learned in the past so that you can in fact move forward without any of this pain. Now, if you're hanging on to this pain or hanging on to some sadness or regret from the past and not looking forward to what you might have opportunities at, then you may get yourself very sort of stuck on the end of the cycle waiting for it to close off. So if you feel that you're ever in that energy, the best thing you can do is self-invest. Get out there, go walking, do the things you like to do, buy yourself something nice, go and have a massage, really treat yourself and meditate. Because the more you sort of embrace the energy of not moving anywhere, the quicker it will move. But if you're sitting there going, it's not happening, why is it not happening, I feel stuck, then you're going to be there for much longer because you're not realizing what you have to heal. So there we are. Beautiful. So at least it's, 9 of cups. Okay, so there's a wish here. A lot of cups here. There's a wish here coming in. Something is waiting for you to close out a cycle. Something is waiting for you to say goodbye to something. This may be that you need to say goodbye to something that's not serving you. It could be that you are really trying to digest a lesson here, because once you let it go, the universe is saying this is waiting for you here, but you've got to walk away from something else in order for this to come in. Now, we know with some things this can be, a way of doing, a way of being, a way of thinking. If you're not sure what it is, then I would strongly suggest that you start meditating and doing some internal work, because something here needs to close out so you can move on to all these beautiful options you have waiting in the future for you. Okay, so we have the Two of Wands coming up. So the Two of Wands is a card that talks about a new direction opening up for you. Something is about to open in your pathway and allow you to move in a slightly different direction, or maybe a fantastically different direction, but something is waiting for you to close something down to open this new direction up. And this new direction, as you can see in here, she's contemplating where that's going to take her, but she's turned her back here on the old direction. She doesn't need that anymore. In the traditional tarot, the old direction is already pinned to the post. It's done. So this is someone wanting a new direction. This is someone sitting there going, why am I not moving forward? Why do I feel like I'm spinning my wheels? Why do I feel like I'm stuck? That's why, and that's where she is. So what you've got to do is you've got to investigate what were the lessons you need to learn. And if you're not sure what you needed to learn, then just self-invest. Right, let's see where it's taking you. Oh, okay. So you know how I always say to you, Spirit only pokes you with a stick so many times and then they throw the stick at you. This is the stick being thrown. This is the energy of something coming to a conclusion in one way, shape or form. Now, sometimes when we're not seeing something, sometimes if we're in that stuck energy and we don't really understand why we're stuck there and we're not doing the work, then sometimes this may be brought to you as an epiphany or an awakening moment. So it may be that, you're sitting there thinking, I'm not going anywhere, nothing's happening. And then all of a sudden, something will play on the radio, somebody will say something, or you'll get a really hefty message from Spirit saying, this is why you're stuck. You need to go back and learn this or do this or understand this so that you can move forward. So there's some sort of breaking down of old ideas here, old ways of doing things. Maybe you're stuck on that Two of Wands because you've been stubborn about taking on a new lesson. Maybe you know what it is, but you're not moving on. For example, it could be a dead in the water relationship that you are still hanging on to. And here's Spirit saying, you need to let it go now. And that's usually when something else happens to help you shift that. You can't wait for this though, because you don't know the strength of the tower. You don't know the power of the tower. You don't know what this is going to mean for you. And the reason you're being given the messages about moving on is because you have to receive the messages. All right, so we have the Seven of Pentacles here. Oh, wow. Okay, with the Knight of Swords. There is this really interesting energy with this Seven of Pentacles here. And what I get here is this energy here is very much like I've been reading. It's sort of this energy of knowing what you needed to let go of in order to bring something new here. You've manifested something. You've asked for something. So, for example, the universe might be saying to you here, you asked me for a new job. You planted the seeds a long time ago. You said you were sick of your job and we're bringing you a new job. But you're stuck with your wheels because you won't give up the old one. You won't trust us. You're stuck with the old one. You're hanging on to it for dear life. And we can't bring you in the new one until you do that. And then there's this tower moment, which might mean that somebody comes to you and says, well, actually, we don't need you anymore. Your job's done. You need to move on. Because there's some sort of communication coming in here to show you how to move on the right path. Somebody's rushing in very, very quickly here. So there's some sort of energy of something coming forth. Now you are going to be forced with this tower to move, to either finish something off here in your past or to address the energies that you've been ignoring. So you've got no choice with the tower. It will take it away anyway. You can't wait for the tower though, because you don't know what the tower is going to bring. So it's much better that you do it yourself. You accept your lessons and move on. But if you're still hanging on here, the tower will clear the way. All right, so we have the Strength card coming through. I feel like for some of you, this is very internal energy. Yeah, High Priestess. Yeah, I can feel this energy already. Okay, with the World. There you go. Look at that. 3 major arcanas. So what they're saying to me here is there's something within you here with this Strength card. Some sort of way of doing, way of being. Some energy here of hanging on to something here that you need to let go of. And the High Priestess tells me that for many of you, you're actually being told and you actually know what this is, but you're still hanging on. And it could be, for example, that you're hanging on to an old relationship that's negative or is no good for you anymore. And you know that you need to walk away from this. You've heard it for a long time. Something's about to be pulled out from underneath you. Should have spoken up about it a long time ago. But we do that. We hang on to things. We don't want to hurt people. We do. I realised that the other day. You know, this whole idea of not doing things because you're scared of hurting other people, and in the meantime you're running yourself into the ground. We all do it. We all do it. It's not healthy. Not healthy one little bit. So your intuition is telling you here that this cycle is ready to close out. It's ready to finish. And if you don't finish it, then the universe is going to step in here, regardless of what you do. But as I said, if you do it yourself, at least you have the power there. The thing is, if the universe steps in and does it, you don't want to be going on this same cycle again. Because you haven't learned the lesson. Otherwise you're going to go round again and round again, round again. That's why we call it karmic wheel. Because the lesson has to be learned. So with the High Priestess, you have to acknowledge here that you've learned the lesson. Oh, wow. Okay, some of you, this is a codependency thing. All right, 4 of Wands coming through. I feel like this morning, this message is so... I have to reach as many people as I can with this message. Because a lot of people holding on to fears here with the devil. Holding on to fears. Staying in your ego. Not addressing things. The devil card, there's a lot of major arcanas in this reading this morning. The devil card is all about the ego. It's hanging on to fear, hanging on to addiction. It's hanging on to your comfort zone. You had a lesson to learn here and you are not acknowledging that lesson. You are staying in the devil energy. It seems to be here with this Four of Wands that it's affecting your stability. It's affecting you bringing in what you want for yourself, what you have asked for. So somehow or another, holding on to this energy is stopping you from achieving a dream here. And we have the Two of Pentacles coming through. So there's a decision here to be made about this energy that you need to let go of. So there's some sort of sadness here that you're feeling. And obviously you're feeling the sadness. So whatever it is must be showing you what it is. It must be showing you this lesson. Because you're feeling sad about it here. Or stuck. The universe is saying there's so much opportunity in the future. You've just got to walk away and close this cycle down. Walk away from what is not emotionally serving you. Because your future is filled with beautiful things. But you're holding on to something that is not serving your purpose. Whatever that is for you. For some of you, it's internal ways of thinking or being. Like I said, codependency came up very, very strong with that. You may be hanging on to a situation, a person, a relationship, for fear of saying and speaking up and saying this is not serving me, it's not doing me any good. You're holding on to something, and therefore whatever wishes you've made, whatever you've asked for here, is not coming through because this thing is still in the way. This lesson is still in the way. So you need to let go. Why do we have the Two of Pentacles here? Is that just the choice? All right, so we have the King of Swords coming through with the Three of Wands. There you go. Isn't that a really straightforward answer for the Two of there you go. This is an answer for the Two of Pentacles. You have to take on the energy of the King of Swords, cut something out, move forward, look towards the future rather than the past, and take on the energy of the Queen of Wands. Take up leadership in your life. Show that you can manage your own life. You don't need to hold on to other things, people, places, or situations. You have this power here to be able to let something go. So realizing this energy, letting something go, your life will start moving again. Nice energy. Let's get an oracle card. Luck is on your side. Well, if you believe in luck, I guess you do. Luck is on your side. It's really interesting how people think so differently. New moon in Sagittarius. Find it. 58. Oh, well, that was a bit of a sign, wasn't it? 58. Whatever is coming your way, it looks set to put a smile on your face. The new moon in Sagittarius can mark the restart of fun after a period of feeling low. Oh my goodness. The energy is adventurous and even willing to take a few risks, but be careful you don't bet the farm on something here as the Wheel of Fortune is still spinning. This card is about exploring life metaphorically by exchanging big ideas with others or just thinking your own philosophies. Perhaps it's time to change your mind about something important. It can also signal that a trip away is coming up, if that's something you're working to achieve. But the overall message of this card is that whatever happens next will be some sort of gift, even if that means widening your worldview. The attuned to the moon message here is count your blessings, literally. Write them down or say them out loud. You need to laugh more. It's a wonderful time to start a new course. Don't be narrow-minded and start a week of gratitude. So definitely changing the way you think. I will leave you with that. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.